Hi guys, welcome to PC Tips Pro. In this video today I'm going to show you how you can host your website, that means your domain, with Hostinger even if you have not registered with Hostinger. So there are a few changes you have to just make in the domain name server of your current hosting service provider, and you can host your website with Hostinger. So now let's proceed further here. I will guide you here stepwise and you can follow the same instructions and you can host your website with Hostinger easily. So first, make sure log into your Hostinger account if you have already bought the Hostinger web hosting, and if you haven't, you can go to the hostinger.in and you can buy the website hosting from the website and log into your account. Here you can see I'm logging into my account here. I have got the Hostinger hosting, which is the Venus hosting, and it's really working very fast. This is the reason I want to migrate. I want to shift my website from my previous service provider to the Hostinger. So you can see this is my hosting account with Hostinger. Now when you log into your hosting account and when you log into your hosting, then you can see at the left side there are two name server will come up, which is ns1.dns-parking.com and ns2. So just select these two domain name servers and copy, and better is to open the nodes and you can save in the nodes because we are going to use the same to update in your current service provider. So you can see I have copied and pasted the domain name server from Hostinger to the notepad here, which is the text node. Now next thing you will have to do is to go to your current service provider and log into your account. Then you need to go to the domains. So select the first of all the domain you want to host with the Hostinger. So I have a domain here with the service provider, and this is the domain I want to host with my Hostinger account, which is onedigitalservice.xyz. Let me open this domain so that you can see the website how it looks like. So you can see this is the website. Oh, I got a call, so I'm just going to decline this call for this time. Now here you can see this is the website. This is how it looks like, which is onedigitalservice.xyz, and I want to migrate. That means I want to shift this website hosting from my current service provider to Hostinger. Now here if I go to the domain section, you can see there is an option coming up, DNS. So I will click on this DNS, which is the domain name server, where we will go ahead and update our domain name server, and we can update the domain name server from the current hosting from the current service provider to the Hostinger. So it's taking a little bit time here to come up. Now what we need to do is we need to just go ahead and update the same domain name servers which we have got from Hostinger to our current service provider, and then we will add the same domain with Hostinger so that we can host. So as you can see, it's taking a little bit time here. Now here you can see this is the interface of DNS management for this domain which I want to host with Hostinger. Now I will scroll down, and as you can see, this is the name servers coming up here. So this is what we need to update, we need to change. So you can see the domain name server is coming up completely different from the Hostinger, just because the hosting service provider, the current service provider is completely different. This is the reason the name is also changing here, the address. So what we will do here, we will click on this change option, and when we will click on this change option, you can see here there are several options coming up. You can read the instructions carefully. You can see here, connect my domain to a website. That means changing domain name server is risky and it could potentially lead to your website disappearing from public view. We can help you achieve your objective while keeping your domain name server with us to get rock solid securing infrastructure. So basically what the current service providers want to tell that changing the domain name server may disappear your website. So yes, that is true. When you change your domain name server, your website might not work for the next 24 to 48 hours because changing domain name server takes time. And also I would suggest to make a proper backup of your website and then only change the domain name server. So here you can see there is an option coming up, enter my own domain name server, which is advanced. So I will click on this, and here you can see I have got the domain name server 1 and domain name server 2. So I will copy this domain name server first from here. Oh, I'm sorry. And I will go ahead and paste here. So the second domain name server is also almost same. It's just ns2 here. So you can see I have updated the same domain name server here. You can see ns1 dot and ns2 dot. Now after doing that, I will click on this save option. It's updating the domain name server. Now you can see domain name server update is giving one more warning: changing domain name server is risky and it could potentially lead to your website disappearing from public view. So that's not a big issue, guys, because yes, changing the domain name server will disappear your website for next up to 24 hours, but it's okay. I mean, you can just select this box and click on continue option, and it will be updated. So you can see now the current service provider is updated the domain name server. Now you can see here it's coming up an option, feature may be unavailable while we process your update. So it's processing the updates. That means it's changing the domain name server. So if you refresh this page, now you can see here a record, we cannot display your DNS information because your name server are not managed by us. That means it's successfully changed from the current service provider to the hostinger. Now if you go back to your website and if you refresh your website might not come up. It's coming up with the catch. So if I do this,
welcome to voiceover. Voiceover speaks
really
descriptions
sorry.
of items.
I just made a mistake here. So if I go ahead and open this website with incognito tab, then this website will not come up for some time. So I'm just going to copy this URL and I'm going to open with Google Chrome. Now you can see the website is not secure here, right? And it's not coming up properly. So here, no, it's still coming up, then it's still changing the domain name server. So that was the first step to changing your domain name server. So guys, make sure when you change the domain name server in your current hosting provider, that was the first step I just said. So then you will have to come back to your hostinger account and log in into your hosting again, and then click on this manage option and scroll down. When you scroll down, go to the domain section and you can see there is an option coming up, add website. So click on this, and here you can see it's asking for the domain name. So here I will just go ahead and paste the same domain name here, and it's asking for your account password. That means the password you have got with your hostinger. So I will type my password and will click on this add website, and as you can see it's processing. The circle is going round and round. That means it's adding my website here. Now you can see the website created successfully. So what it has done, what I have done till now, let me explain you. I have changed the domain name server with the current hosting provider, and now I'm going to change it. I'm going to add the same website to my current hosting service provider, which is Hostinger. So now when the adding the website will be complete, you will see that your website is coming up here, which is onedigitalservice.xyz, but before it was not coming up here. So I will click on this manage option. Now I don't want to change the password. Now you can see here it's coming up, and this is the interface of the hosting of the domain which I wanted to host with Hostinger. So here, as you can see, we have got all the options. You can see your domain is not pointing to Hostinger. That means if you have pointed your domain to us, please keep in mind that domain propagation can take up to 24 hours to fully propagate. That's why I explained you guys that if you change the domain name server from your current service provider to Hostinger, it will take up to 24 hours to change the domain name. That means to update the information you have provided. So I would suggest to wait till that time, because until unless the domain name server is not changed completely, you cannot make the changes, and that will not work either. But you can see you have got this interface here, and by scrolling down, go to the file section, go to the file manager, and once it will be activated, once the domain name server will be completely changed, you can update. That means you can upload your website to the Hostinger, and you can make your website live with the hostinger.com and .in also. So guys, I believe I have completed everything in this video, and if you have still have any query, you can write in the comment section and I will be there to answer. And guys, one more thing, Hostinger is running some very interesting discount on the hosting purchase. So if you want to buy the hosting service with the Hostinger, you can go to the website, which is hostinger.in, and you can buy the hosting from them. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys.